Hello everybody and welcome back. The flags of Carthage flying high. Morr feeling good after that game 1 victory over Ragnar. And here we are for game number 2. Morr is Carthage. Galatia is the one and only Ragnar. Here is Carthage. He's rocking only 3 cavalry, one including a bodyguard general, the other 2 Scutari cavalry. Fairly interesting. 2 Cretans. It's like 2 Libyan peltasts. A left flank, some Gallic warriors. Ooh, and even some frontline Gallic warriors. 2 noble fighters with 3 Samnites. And then Libyan hoplites on the right. A little bit of a mishmash, as the people say. Italian swords on the right. Here is Galatia. Before he gets in the trees, he's got Levy Freeman. Probably got a 4 Levy Freeman line there. And then the bread and butter of this Galatian legionaries, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2 Cappadocian. You can only get 2 Cappadocian cavalry as Galatia. What a disappointment. Such a good cavalry unit, but you can only get 2. 3 Syrian archers with a Galatian sword on the back, noble horse general, and 3 horse skirmishers as we are underway. So initially my first thoughts, skirm cav advantage to Sir Ragnar. Needs a win, needs to play well here. Galatia is how you're going to get a win. What a good faction. Probably I would say a top, I think it breaks the top 5. I mean, what do you got? Rome, Saba, Parthia, Galatia. I could be missing, Boii. Maybe Boii edges Galatia. But one of the best factions in the game. Great melee, great cavalry, beast archers, the Syrian archers. And Carthage is going to have his hands full here, so melee advantage. I mean, I know Galatia only had, what was that, 6 or 7 Galatia legionaries. Carthage does outnumber them, but Carthage down in the cav department. There's better cavalry on Galatia. We'll see what he can do here, and we'll see how he's going to fend off these horse skirmishers. As immediately you can see the Cretans forming a little bit of a side formation there. Does not want his troops to be taking some damage. Long battle. 14, as you can see, 13 minutes on the clock. We got a little spectacle here as we take a peek at the aerial view. Look at that. Already forming the lines. Last battle took them a little bit to get going, but this time it's probably going to take a little bit longer as 12 minutes are on the clock. I was just getting a little hopeful as they were pushing in. They're looking eager and ready for battle, but I was mistaken. What a shame, as already Galatia pushing in the skirm cav. But gotta be weary. These peltasts designed for skirm cav, also designed for getting in the rear of the enemy. If they get in the rear and they throw that pilum on the enemy, they are done for. It's just a matter of how do you do that. It's not easy as it seems. Yeah, maybe a flank opens up, but right away you could easily send a troop over, crush him, kill him, and then the peltasts could be useless. But definitely, if you're Morr, you want to make sure that your peltasts use all their ammo. Even if you just don't want them to die, you don't want to take a charge. And I don't think he's going to have to worry that much. I mean, the skirm cav, not the best in melee. We'll see what he chooses to do here. I don't think he's going to charge at least the peltast as he comes in. Takes a volley or 2, but he's in the trees there, so he gains an advantage or protection from those peltasts and arrows. There's no damage done yet. 3 damage over here. You can see they're not in the trees. They are taking some damage. Pretty interesting there. How much of a difference trees make. So you can see Galatia is lurking in the trees a little bit more than Carthage. Carthage's arrows definitely in the trees. But there's been complaints about trees in the past. I just don't think that there's... I like this map. Pyramids is a perfect balance. Trees and open. You know, if your opponent brings a billion arrow, you can sit in the trees, but you're gonna pay the price of still being pelted by a billion arrows. I've faced that. I have flashbacks to facing Sir Bobby in Total War League. It was not a pleasant experience. As these troops, I've never seen that type of march. It's pretty interesting. There's a complete shift to the right, which maybe he was using his arrow keys. You can use your arrow keys to move your troop. If you click on your troop and use the arrow keys, they'll go left to right. It's a little bit of a tips and tricks from the Emperor. This isn't even a tips and tricks video, but I'm giving it to the people. But no elephants from Carthage. whenever somebody brings Carthage, you gotta imagine it could possibly be an elephant, but not in this case. He's choosing not to bring the big boys. We love those big boys. So an interesting shift here. They're just trying to get the better of the opponent. If you can get your opponent off balance, or you get a frontal charge while they're sideways, I think you got a distinct advantage going into that engagement. We're just under 10 minutes, and still some shifting from Morr. He was shifting forward, but now he is shifting backwards. Is he frightened by the enemy? He just needs one win. Doesn't need to do... this isn't... I mean, it's not chess. You can't tie and move on. This is Total War League. This is death. This is blood. This is glory. This is $300 prize pool on the line. It's so there's a lot riding on it. You know, you can get the first grand prize, you can get second, you can get third or fourth. I'm sure Morr and Ragnar want to get that first place prize. Ragnar he's placed multiple Total War leagues, but he only just recently reached out to the Emperor. He's like, pay me. I said, fine. He never gave me his information. What a shameful display. But alas, we'll see if I'll have to be owing him, or if Morr is going to spoil that party. As still some shifting. There's all, you know, I could talk to Morr. There's all, or you know, Hamilcar Barker. There's always strategic decision here in these shifts. But he's showing his back. You know, Galatia could charge in, as Carthage is walking. And if you charge in now, you do catch the units off balance. That could be pretty beneficial. Looks like Morr wants to try to take care of business on the skirm cab first, as there is a volley. Nice clean volley by those Cretan archers. Levy Freeman getting a little bit close. There could be a pilum release here. We'll see what happens. As the troop says, it's either eager and the flanks are secure. Love to have secured flanks. Definitely always, that can shift the tide of the battle, getting a unit in the back. Whichever which way. If you want to go around, you want to split the gap in the middle. Always good to find flanks, especially if you know your melee is not up to par. So these noble fighters definitely will be able to take on those Galatian legionaries, but nothing else. I don't think those Samnites are going to be much matched to those legionaries. It's kind of like a thorax going into this Galatian legionary. Thorax swords, you know, not the best. If you need to use them, there you go. But here we go. Here are some engagements. Scutari cavalry. Ooh, denied. He's not going in for his charge. He just eats a pilum and loses 13 cavalry. So for some reason, Morr did not accept that engagement. He is on the Levy Freeman. No reaction from Ragnar yet. Don't see the skirm cav pushing. That was an interesting decision by Morr. Now the legionaries coming in and coming in hard. The Levy Freeman just walking backwards. Not even going for nice pilum. No countercharge from the Galatian legionaries, but it's a Gallic warrior. Not going to be threatened too much. So now the noble fighters coming in to aid those Gallic warriors. Wow, I missed something. Look at that. The mercenary noble fighters, what are they, a 1,200, 1,300 cost unit? Down to 42. They must have been getting pelted by the Syrians. That is just devastating for Morr's best troop, taking all the damage. That is not an Oathsworn where they will hold from arrow fire. They're getting decimated. 38 left standing, and they've only killed 8 troops. But here's a nice peltas fight in the back of Galatia. Wonder who's going to give aid. It is the Cappadocian cavalry coming in to spoil the party, as we're about to have a big hit. The big hit camera. Here they come. Oh my lord. Big hits. Nice strike. That man going down. Will he get back up? Only killing a couple. Those peltas not a joke in melee. It's an Italian swordsman trying to get in on the back of those Galatian legionaries. I believe that noble... Oh, he's still standing. So the noble fighter's not gone. This noble fighter, 100, dealing the damage. As the Cretans are shooting those Syrians, going after the arrow. Pretty wise decision there, if I do say so myself. Now the noble horse general of Galatia, lurking in the shadows, keeping close to his arrows, wants to protect them. So it's a Gallic warrior. He could go in the back, he could go here. But it looks like the arrow fire is going to be a bit too much, as they want to rout. You know, later this battle's progressing. I'm noticing Ragnar which is wise. He is keeping his skirm cav idle. He's definitely not used even half of his ammo, as his Cappadocian going back into the Peltis does not like the threat of a Peltis to the back, as I would not either. Down to 49, so he's doing some damage. But here comes another Peltis right here, and he is firing upon those Cappadocian cavalry. Brilliant decision as the Libyan hoplites. And these legionaries, oh boy, missed micro from Ragnar. He is not in the business. Needs to find something to kill, but not having a negative effect yet, as he does have the balance of power. The skirm cav is engaging. Cappadocian down to 8 and no rout. And here come the Peltist doing some damage. They will retreat those horse skirmishers. It's telling us after these legionaries not even, well, it looks like they're engaged on those Sand Knights. But if you take off formation attack, there's a little button on the bottom of your screen. That'll actually do you wonders. You will wrap around the troops. But it doesn't look like they had formation attack off. It's not the Carthage general. He's got his hands full with protecting these Cretans. And this, oh my. Scutari cavalry in no man's land was pursuing those skirm cav. Not a good, not a wise decision, but a decision nonetheless. As he's moving in, Carthage dwindling a bit, taking a lot of damage from those Syrian archers. Morr was hoping to wrap it up in 2 games, but Ragnar having other ideas. His 2 Galatian sword units, well, 1 legionary, 1 sword, moving in, applying the pressure. Sam Knights 106 and 80, so not a bad contingent there. 61 there. Should take care of those Galatian legionaries. There's still this Scutari cavalry in pursuit of the skirm cav, taking all the damage, and here comes a big hit into the front by the Cappadocian and in the back by the legionaries. Where is the Carthage general? He's just taking all the Syrian archers to the face. He enjoys a nice strike to the face. Big damage. So he's opting to go for the melee, not protecting his Cretans, which could come back to haunt him as the 11 noble fighters. I wonder if that's the original noble fighter that was decimated from earlier. It could be, but probably not, as this one is at 11, 125 kills, trying to pick up those swords. Should get a couple, but they are exhausted and just so few in number. Big damage. So now more strikes to the back from the Cretans. Carthage with no answer, as there's still quite a bit of time left on the clock. Leads me to believe that this is not all over. Here comes some Sand Knights. Hopefully they have some Pilum. They do, but not doing much, as that's a big H. Or maybe they did quit. They did a decent bit. I don't know what this general was at before that happened, but he's down to 47. So there's some damage. Here comes some Libyans trying to fend off to protect his general. But will it be enough? I don't know if he's going to be able to hold off that noble horse. What a great unit. I do like the noble horse, especially late game. Ragnar did a great job here keeping that general late game as he finds the backs of the Samnites. Big hit. That's a lot of damage. Nice find there. Those legionaries, I just hovered over 240 kills. My goodness. When I was speaking of those legionaries being much better than the Carthage melee, that's what I'm talking about. 250 kills now on those blessed units. Yes, that is brilliant. Now, that's just a matter of time. I don't think Morr has a chance to come back here. There's another route. He's got the skirm cav. He's got the general. Only a 15 units on his bodyguard. The horse skirmishers just toying. Or maybe they're not toying, maybe they're just trying to find the right strike point, because they still have Pilum. So if you're taking notes here and you want to take something away from this battle, preserve your skirm cav. They can just be a huge difference late game, as the Carthage general is still alive, but now this could be the final volley. Oh boy. Do it. Release your load. Not shooting quite yet. I was expecting a volley. Maybe he is out of ammo. But it is all Galatia, as the result here will not, or the end battle here will not matter. There's just too many green banners. 45 seconds. Doesn't matter, as it is finished. The only hope here, if there even is a hope, is to kill the Carthaginian, or the Galatian general, but that is not. I don't want to say not gonna happen, but here comes the swarm. big damage. I don't even know what's going on. Just bodies falling. Carthage de l'Est, or Carthago de l'Est, Galatia. Ragnar taking game number 2. A brilliant battle, forcing a game number 3 in Total War League Season 8 quarterfinals. The winner of that one will face Sir Tilla, who is taking a respite right now. He is on vacation. There is some rest for these fighters, for whoever wins, to think and conjure up a blessed game plan. But let's take a peek at the stats. Carthage out-cavalried, out-skirmed in terms of even the arrows and the skirm cav. As you see, they still had lots of health there and killed their decent share of enemies. The melee absolutely decimated for Carthage. Those noble fighters, that was the difference there. I think Ragnar turned the tide, found that noble fighter, killed him, only getting 25 kills. But alas, guys, if you like this, we're streaming every day on Twitch at 7:30 p.m. Central, besides Wednesdays and Saturdays. So I hope to see you there. That's at 7:30 p.m. Central. Check the Emperor out there, and of course, like and subscribe this video. Leave a comment. Let's get this algorithm going. YouTube loves the Emperor. Alas, glory be upon thee, and glory to the Empire.